Cheers. Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am, of course, KG Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. What's on your mind, Rocket fans? Hope you're doing all right. Hope your day went well. In whatever part of the world you are joining the conversation tonight with fellow members of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets family. Don't really have any specific topics I want to discuss. So whatever's on your mind, we can kick it around. But I am curious to those Alperen Sengun fans who on Monday's show, the June 30th show, were concerned that the Rockets are making these moves and adding centers and having surplus big men and on. We're preparing to make a trade and send Sengun to the Bucks for Giannis. With the moves that the Bucks did, has that changed your mind? Has that put your mind at ease, or has that give you more pause for concern? What the Bucks did in waiving and stretching Damian Lillard's contract and bring in Miles Turner kind of ties in with the Rockets. Who knows? Let me know. Give me your comments here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. And if you are so inclined, click on that $sign by the chat box at the bottom of the chat box and make a contribution to support the Roundball Review. But I hope you had a chance to catch me Tuesday night on Area 45 with Patrick Creighton. I was on there at 9:40 p.m. talking about your Rockets. And then this morning, I made a guest appearance with Nate Griffin, one of my mentors, on the morning show on Fox 26 Sports, talking Rockets. So let me know your thoughts on it. Space Age, how are you doing? Glad you're here. Terry, how are you doing? Chiming in from New Zealand. What are your thoughts on it? On what the Bucks did? Does it make it more likely that the Rockets are going to trade Sengun to the Bucks, or less likely? I think it's done now, right? Not going to happen. Are you at ease? Are you concerned? Have you read my brother Kelly Eco's write-up in The Athletic about the Rockets and the moves they've made, balancing out youth with veterans? And some of the things Eco wrote, I mentioned on previous Let's Talk Houston Rockets shows about waiving Jock Landale, trading Cam Whitmore and or Jock Landale. So what do you think? It's less likely, agreed? So are y'all at ease now? I want those folks who were chiming in from Turkey, Sengun fans from all over the world. Oh, no, I think the Rockets are going to trade Alpi. I'm worried now. I'm concerned. I'm nervous. Space Age says less likely. Yarrow says, I think Giannis is staying because he got Miles Turner. Mr. Big Texco, how are you doing? What up to you? Glad you're here. He says Landale is getting cut. His days with the Rockets are done. We all know it's just a matter of how he's going to be let go. That's all. But it's quiet. Have y'all noticed? Did anyone see Bobby Marks' tweet earlier today when he posted that teams can sign players? Teams begin signing players on July 6th. That's what I vented at on Monday's show. A lot of people on national media, people in major newspapers saying so-and-so team signed player X. No, they did not. They agreed to terms with those players. That's a big mistake, folks. That is a big mistake. Y'all should know better. You're in media. Some of y'all been around a long ass time. You should know better. Not too complicated states. Yeah, Cam is on death row with the Rockets. Just a matter of time. Terry states he likes the current Rockets roster. Capella in for Jock minutes when Adams is out. Finney-Smith 2 replaces Brooks, and KD for JD as a number 1 scoring option. Well, KD is definitely the Rockets' number 1 scoring option. But last year, before KD, Who was the Rockets' number one scoring option? Was it Alpi or was it Jalen? Who was it? I know we kind of had an idea of who we thought it would be or should be once the season began last year, but I think it kind of evolved into Alpi and not Jalen, especially on a consistent game in, game out basis. Or how about that huge agreement, SGA and OKC? Shea's going to be one of those guys making $70 million a year. Whew, $70 million in a season for playing the game you love at a high level. Oh, oh man, oh man, man. Whoa. I don't know. I doubt it. I think word kind of leaked out by now if that was the case. Space Age asks or states, I never bought into it. Jabari fracturing his hand at a walkthrough or shoot around. Did him and Cam get into it? I haven't heard that. None of my colleagues have said that. Off the record in passing, nothing like that. Yaro says, and I said this, and I agree. Rockets need another guard because Reed Shepherd ain't ready yet. Think he needs more development. Mr. Big Texco, well deserved, but money is getting crazy, and it's going to get crazier. It's going to get crazier. The more years into the new TV agreement, it's going to be somebody making close to probably 85, 90 million in a season for playing the game they love at a high level. Hey, it's not Shea's fault. Flop. If Shea was a Rocket, would you say the same thing? I mean, it's up to the refs to see through that stuff. If the refs can't see what is going on and don't call it, players aren't going to change. I mean, why should they? SGA new contract making as much as Giannis now. Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. All right, Yaro, you stated another guard for the Rockets. You have someone in mind that you like, some ideal candidate you like the Rockets to bring in and sign as of July 6th and going forward? Kobe White, yeah. Generational hater, how are you doing? How about this? Okay, how about this for a conversation for the next few minutes on this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets? I mean, it's July 2nd, so you can change this next month until the season starts in October. Win total prediction for next season. Generational hater says 58. Let that be the mark. Over, under 58. Who says over? That'd be a good poll question. I don't know if I could type it up quick enough to do it tonight, but type it in. Give me your comments on it. Over, under for the Rockets win total regular season for the 25-26 season. Over, under, line is 58. Who says over? Who says under? Kind of curious on that one. I'd probably go lean under. Rockets, that's funny. That's the number I was thinking. Oh, this one. That's what I was going to say right here. 56. Rockets, as long as the Rockets are playing their best ball come playoff time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mr. Big Texco going bigly over. He's saying 64 wins. Man. Bobby, good evening to you. Space Age believes the Bulls would give up Ayo the Sumo before giving up Kobe White. Larry says, good evening to you, Larry. Says under because the West is so tough. Bobby says 55. So he's taking the under. Yaro states that Rockets should have picked up Bruce Brown or Duncan Robinson. Is there any shooting guard left in free agency worth picking up? Probably not a UFA. I mean, Quentin Grimes is still available, but he's restricted, and Philly's probably going to match any offer he gets. So They had 52 wins last year. Mr. Big Texco, 52. Yarrow says, we got the comments coming flying in now. Yarrow says 57 to 58. And we'll do this again probably next month, September, close and close to the start of the season. Just a, conversation, a topic. Not too complicated. With addition by subtraction from inefficient to efficient, it has to be over 62 wins. Why? Why are you going that far up? That's wow. I mean, OKC is still in the West. I mean, the West still got Minnesota. Denver got better. I'm close. This is on paper. Like Space Age says right here. Denver looks like they made some nice moves. Yeah. So, I mean, OKC, the Rockets had 52 wins. OKC had 6? Something like that. 14 games better than second place. Something ridiculous. Edward, how are you? 55. So that's the under, but a better team. See, yeah, that's more my thinking. I think the Rockets clearly have made themselves better for the playoffs, better for the postseason. I think that's more important than how many wins they get in the regular season. I think they should be a top 4 team in the West, finish with top 4 record in the West, and then they'll just take their opponents as they come and knock them off in the playoffs. CA37, how are you? Space Age, I guess you're talking about for the Lakers, DeAndre Ayton agreeing to a contract, 2-year deal with the Lakers. That's the move they did today after Ayton cleared waivers at 4:00 Central Time. Rockets or the Hawks, probably. 2 teams, 1A, 1B for best offseason move so far. But Rockets added a Hall of Famer, so I'd give them the edge personally. Yarrow states, thanks to Rockets' depth, will carry them a long way like it did Indiana. That's a great point. Generational Hater states, I don't think the Nuggets got that much better. I like Cam Johnson, but the other moves were extremely mid. Okay, I mean, we're talking July 2nd, so we've got plenty of time to see who's right, who's wrong. Rockets lost almost 10 to 15 games in a row last year off of youth and not understanding how to be winners. Yeah, but it's still going to take some time for all the new pieces to fit together. It's going to take time for KD to like where LP likes the ball, and LP learns where KD likes the ball, things like that. You got to work on chemistry. Christopher Howell, how are you doing? That's a new name. Haven't seen in a while. Space Age, if we get Ayo Dosunmu from the Bulls, it's on for real, for real. Love his game. Christopher Howell says he can see 60-plus wins this year. Space Age, Hawks definitely improved big time, assuming Kristaps Porzingis can stay healthy. That's a big if. NRG says under 58. That's one of my next things I'm about to say. Don't really care about the W's in the regular season. Rockets gonna be a top 4 team in the West. That's more important. Have home court as far as possible. You guys are Rocket fans. For those who have predicted above 58, 64 wins, 62, how far do you have them going in the playoffs? Because I think you'd be okay with 56 and reaching the conference finals or beyond, right? So rather than 64 and not making it that far. Dame Lillard, he's not going to play this year. He'd probably go to the Warriors. It's very unlikely Dame's going to play this year. Very, very unlikely. He might sign a contract this year so he can rehab, but He tore his Achilles. I mean, he's not a young man, NBA wise. Joseph doesn't like giving up on Whitmore. You're not alone in that, but I think it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. Space Age, yeah, damn, I just don't see it. Like I say, he's not going to play this year. I mean, he could do like a Steven Adams. Sign would be, his join the Rockets would be different because he signed with the Rockets as Steven was traded to the Rockets. But join the Rockets and not play this year, then be ready for next season. That'd be the scenario. Who gets more minutes? Dorian Finney-Smith or Tari? Might be really even. Maybe DFS a little bit. Maybe 26 to 24, 28 to 26, something like that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. Who wins the championship first out of the Cougars, Pistons, or Rockets? Well, I think Detroit took a step back because of Malik Beasley's gambling problem. The Cougs, because they don't play a series, just toss a hat and ring on that one. So, of the three choices, I'd say the Rockets. Mr. Big Texco has the Rockets getting to the finals. They should get to the conference finals at the very least. Space Age is nervous about the Rockets giving Tari too much money. I think what your next part of the statement, that Tari is not dependable enough, especially being only 23, is probably the Rockets' contention in the negotiations. Whereas Tari says, look at what Tari's people are saying, look at what he does, look at how productive he is in the minutes that he gets. So let's extrapolate that out and let's get him paid. Like I said, I'll take the L. I was wrong. I thought Jabari Smith would bet on himself, and he didn't. But he got a guaranteed 5-year contract extension. Don't turn that down. Man, don't turn that down. Hefe, how are you doing? They're going to waive Landale and trade Cam. If they don't find the taker for Jock, they probably are going to waive him. Scooter, how are you doing? I don't know if we need Capella. Is Finney-Smith going to substitute Dillon Brooks? Yes. And be more reliable. I don't believe Dorian Finney-Smith is going to foul 3-point shooters in the final seconds of a game. Yaro asks, me? Would I start Jabari over Dorian Finney-Smith? Probably. But you'll see how they do in practice, in training camp. KD, Jabari, Alpi come off the bench with Steven Adams. First part of back-to-backs, then Capella, the others. DFS, Tari. Oh, that's a nice front court, boy. Man, that's nice depth up front. Quality depth up front. Joseph says a first for Cam to the Hornets. Indeed, I said that last night. I said it on Monday. Phase 3 has begun. I think many Rockets fans agree with that. FA also says the fair value for Tari is 4 years, $70 million. So that's a little, what's that, 17.5 per. I think he's probably going to want 20 million average. Why do you think this? Generational hater. You'd rather have played the Thunder in the playoffs last year than the Warriors, even though the Thunder are a 10 times better team. Malik Caris LeVert is not the 3-point shooter that Malik Beasley is. And Duncan Robinson, Willie Gibson to tell you, I was not happy with that talk about that on Sunday. And I mean, he should get open. And then if he knock down open shots, okay. But the other end of the court, I'm worried about too, with Duncan Robinson. Ugh. Ugh. Joseph says, if we keep our 2027 picks, we can replace Durant and Fred. I'm thinking, oh, your rationale is sound, Space Age. I'm thinking Tari and his people are seeking 20 million per year. That's what I'm saying. And the Rockets are probably agreeing with your train of thought. Because, like Mr. Big Texaco states here, he's surprised about the deal Jabari got. 5 years, 122. That's what, 24.5, something like that per. I mean, at the very least, Tari and his folks, I want a guaranteed deal. I want fully guaranteed. That's the start. He wants that. Now, if the Rockets say no, then that's going to be a problem right there. If I'm Tari and his reps, we want to guarantee 5 years. And then, of course, Rockets would come back and say, but you have a history of injuries and health issues. Then they have to start haggling. DPG, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the discussion. Another name. It's a new name here. Thank you. This is Dab. How are you doing? Could the Rockets bring CP back? Yes. I don't believe they will. I think he would be a more reliable backup point guard than Reed Shepherd, and allow Reed Shepherd to be probably his best position right now at this young stage of his career as a 2. Because I'm just not sold that Reed could be as effective running the offense as the Rockets believe. I just don't share that belief. Hefe says if the Rockets don't extend Tari this offseason or before the season starts, they will lose Tari because of the salary cap going up next year, and teams will give Tari the bag. I mean, yeah, I was more confident that Tari would reach a deal with the Rockets this offseason than Jabari. And Jabari got his done with the quickness. So complicated. I wonder. I will say this regarding Marcus Sasser. I hope, and that's all it is a hope. I hope that Dennis Schroeder not coming back to Detroit will open Bickerstaff's eyes to give Marcus Sasser minutes and a chance for those minutes. If Dennis Schroeder would have stayed in Detroit, been re-signed, Marcus might have well have to be traded. Edward states, like I said, the logic is sound. Tari and his people are probably going to ask for guaranteed years, all of them. But the Rockets wisely should say, but Tari, man, your health is a concern. They're going to have to haggle. So that's where the haggling is probably coming in right now. And I agree with this. Same, we're all talking from the outside looking in perspective. What you're saying is correct. Tari can't. I mean, he shouldn't guarantee it, but he's going to ask for it. I mean, he is. Because right or wrong, you can say, well, Jabari missed games this year too. But y'all gave him 5 guaranteed years. So they're going to say it. It's up to Rafael, his people, to say, yeah, but. So, I mean. Reed is a point guard, not a shooting guard. He's a very high-level passer and good decision maker based on what? He barely played last year. Based on what he did in Kentucky, that's Kentucky. Reed needs to get those minutes starting in a week and roll with it and show he's got the confidence to get the job done and be the player the Rockets believe he is. Thank you for the comment, Vanden Johnson. Astros paid Jordan. Hey, I mean, I think they will agree, and they're going to hack. I don't believe Tar's going to get 5 years. So they might give him a player option for the 4th year, the 3rd year, whatever, and try to meet in the middle on money. DPG says that there were better center options than Clint. Why did the Rockets go after him? Well, the Rockets already got their first backup big man in the fold, Steven Adams. So if you are a legit big man and you see the Rockets already got Steven Adams to back up their starting 5, why do you want to come to the Rockets? Clint Capella's best days are in reduced minutes. Clint, he's not better than Steven Adams right now. Do y'all agree with that? He's not. So I think Clint will be good with those Jock Landale minutes, playing the second game of the back-to-backs when Steven rests, and get it run like that. Yarrow believes the Rockets should keep Whitmore. Not going to happen. I'd be shocked if Cam Whitmore is here much longer. Shocked. Some guy named Andre. So what's the Rockets' next moves? Bringing in a shooter. I think that's part of it. Need to bring in a shooter. And see, he states they need a point guard. Space Age, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Tari is not going to get guaranteed years. He's not. More than 2. He's not. But as he should for his own benefit, he should ask for it. He probably knows he's not going to get 5 guaranteed years. He knows that. But he's got to ask for it. And so should his reps. And then when the Rockets say no, let's start haggling. Christopher Howe says finals this year. Final 4 for sure. And then it go from there. Bobby states the Rockets aren't going to guarantee money to Tari till they know he can play back-to-backs. Agreed. Agreed. Doesn't mean Tari won't ask for it, though. Vanden Johnson, in your mind, what is a decent amount? And everybody, family, kinfolk, we're talking NBA salaries now is monopoly money. All right. Decent money left the NBA player salaries years ago. And no shade on SGA, no shade on Giannis, Luka, and whoever that superstar is about 4 years from now who's going to get $85 million per year. We have to somehow wrap our minds around the decent money that these guys get, the star players get, is monopoly money. We're never going to see that kind of money. And folks can say Luka, LeBron, Steph, Book, KD, Giannis, these dudes making $50 million a year. At least. And it's going to go up. So don't say they're not worth it. They're worth it because teams are paying them and getting them, offering to them. So yeah, they're worth it. It's just outlandish how much money they're going to get. They're getting now and will get more in the future. Who is the best NBA team in Texas? Oh, the Rockets. Yeah, no doubt. Rockets. I know Wemby's in San Antonio. That's nice. Best team. Tari needs to work on his IQ and his handles. Agreed. His game isn't all that, but he does play defense and has length. Best ability is availability. Indeed. The Rockets might have, who knows? Rockets might have offered Tari $15 million per and gave reasons why. And Tari said, that all? 15 million? How about 18 million? Or start off with, how about 20 million per? Rockets are like, oh, Tari, well, you have you're not available all the time. So 15 million. And Tari says, well, how about 19 million? And Rockets say, oh, Tari, you still aren't available all the time. 15 million. And Tari's like, y'all driving a hard bargain, man. I mean, 18.5 million. And it might end up being 15 million, might be 16 million. So, Rich Bates, how are you doing? Front runner. Again, I'm surprised that folks, Clint Capella taking Jock Landale's role. That's what it is. That's what he's going to do. He's going to take Jock Landale's role. He's just a better version of Jock Landale. I mean, he won't play a lot. He'll probably take the second games of back-to-backs that Steven Adams does not play. What's wrong with that? I mean, I would assume Clint understands what he's getting himself into. Eyes wide open and see Steven Adams is already here. So, I mean, if Clint did not study the Rockets roster beforehand, well, that's on Clint. So not too complicated states. Cam Whitmore is emotionally unstable. That's why he's slid in the draft. I didn't say immature. Just be like that. Same reason he's getting traded. He's immature. It's a nice way to put it. Vanden says a decent amount is whatever Stone decides to pay him because he fits this system and the coach likes him. So we need to keep the Terra twins together. And we'll see if that's 15 million per or a little bit more. So well, what Clint's getting, 7 million per for the next 3 years? That is basically in today's NBA, the 10th man on the roster. I mean, really, that's what it is. that's what it is. So it goes to part of and we media, fans, followers of the NBA. It's difficult. It's tough for me. But don't equate the money a player is getting to the minutes they're going to get. So somebody getting 7 million, well, this could have gave that to somebody else. Well, Jock Landale got 8 million. Clint's getting 7. All right. Now, Yarrow, I'm surprised no one is really griping about the Rockets bringing back Aaron Holiday. Aaron Holiday is 6'1". He's not a point guard. Rockets need a point guard, another point guard, a veteran point guard. So Curtis says, yeah, we've talked about that. Other folks brought it up about Dame possibly coming to the Rockets. But again, that'll be an investment for next season. Dame not going to play this year. He is got miles on those legs, and he's coming off a torn Achilles. That'd be an investment for next season. Leanne, how are you doing? With a wave, Deshaun, Tate, and Cam Whitmore. Not Tate, try to trade Cam. And Rockets are set at center. Agreed. This is a good question. Oh, yeah, you did. Space Age, you did. Or the newcomers. Who do I think will be the first $100 million player in a season? Golly. Wow. Wemby. I'm going to say Wemby. Probably Wemby. Hannah. Make $100 million in a season, a single season, for playing the game you love. Woo! Oh, I can't. Wow. And I'm not mad at them. No way. Not at all. Rockets need to trade Holiday, Tate, Landale, and Whitmore for a point guard. Bobby says a vet point guard is the one thing this team lacks. If Dame comes, Fred is gone. Yeah, next year. Yeah. Yes. Yes, the Rockets will still run through Şengün first. Because, I mean, the first option, y'all know me, I'm old school. If you're new coming to the show, welcome to the show. Come again. Don't be a stranger. Tell your friends about this show. And click on the bell so you're notified when new shows are posted here on the channel. I'm old school. I like my offense to start close to the basket. If I have a skilled post-up player, he getting the ball. He's my first option. My second option would be somebody who can break down the defense and penetrate, make defense collapse, and then kick it out. But with Şengün on the low block and KD out there on the perimeter, a double team, if it comes, Kevin Durant will end up with the ball eventually on the rotation, on the passes. That's money. That's money. Should the Rockets sign Lillard? Like I said, to be an investment. He's not going to play this coming season. And he shouldn't rush it back. Dame's going to get paid from two teams, the Bucks and whoever signs him. So he has no reason to rush his rehab. So he's not going to rush back, and he shouldn't rush back. He set out this whole season with his new team. Be ready for 26, 27. Let's roll. I thought about that name, Malcolm Brogdon, on a vet minimum. Rich Base asked this question: if Kevin Durant wins Houston a championship, do I put him over James Harden as a Rocket? No. But I do understand why folks would, because KD won a chip with the Rockets. James had more success, more years, put up better numbers, didn't win a chip. So it depends on what you value, what you're going to weigh it for your determination. And if Dame says that, that's good. But why do that? Forget Dame. Anybody. You're a player, an older player, hell, any player, 25-year-old player. You miss 80 games of the season. And the trainer says, Coach, he's good for the playoffs. Why would you do that? As a coach, as players, would you want a teammate who has not played the entire season to come in the playoffs? That makes no sense health-wise. I don't care if he's a future Hall of Famer. If he can't come back by February and get ready for the playoffs, don't do it. Chris Sinak will be the low post option. Yes, he has to grow into it. He's got an all-around game, but he's going to be a low post option, number one. And then hopefully JoJo will be number two. Hopefully. Do I put SGA over Kevin Durant as a Thunder? How many years was KD with the Thunder? I mean, because SGA, whatever it is, SGA is going to end up with more years than KD play with the Thunder. So he'll have him with years and an accomplishment. What is the non-player assets you think we should get for Cam? Get some picks, second round picks. That's what exactly. That's the analogy I brought in. Acquire Steve Adams via trade, and the investment for this past season. He didn't play when the Rockets got him. He rehabbed and got himself ready throughout the season. But Dame, what's the point of bringing Dame in for 10 games to play? He can be in the locker room and be a good mentor, that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to risk that man's health for 10 games. Let's see. You said that. I didn't. Regarding comebacks. What I think about Giannis, in what sense? As a Rocket, don't think it's going to happen. Don't think it's going to happen. Hell of a player, Hall of Famer. Made himself into a Hall of Famer. Not sure he's going to win another championship, though, in Milwaukee. But I admire the Bucks, what the Bucks did. Waiving Dame, stretching out the contract, and bringing in Miles Turner. You got to give him credit for not standing pat. I mean, they didn't do that. So in 3 seasons, when SGA gets 10, he'll be past KD. There we go. Simple. Because SGA, in all likelihood, will finish his NBA career with the Thunder. So he'll pass up KD. Do I think LeBron gets traded? Sure sounds like they're hinting at that, doesn't it? It does sound like it. Boy, that's a huge contract, and that's not an easy contract to trade. Solo says no way Giannis is staying to play with KPJ again. I mean, the ball is still in Giannis's hands. He can still say, thank you for the moves y'all made, even though you waived Dame without telling me. I like Miles Turner as a player. I like the moves we've made so far, but I still want to leave. Giannis says that, the Bucks screwed. If Giannis says, yeah, trade me. I'm done. Trade me. Let's see. Clint Capella is a blocker. Players that led the league in assists is Harden, Hallie, and Cade. Not named true point guards, or not many true point guards around. I like Malcolm Brogdon, though. I like him for the Rockets. It wouldn't cost much. Shouldn't cost much. No, I wouldn't play Dame in the playoffs. No. I'm not one of these. I don't believe in just because you're a superstar, I'm going to give you the playoffs. If you didn't play in 82 games, bleed, sweat, all those things, I'm going to stick with the dudes that got me to the playoffs. I'm not playing Dame in the playoffs. Conditioning, working out with the team in February, March, but not playing in games, and his first action is going to be in the playoffs, that's another injury right there. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Rob, how are you doing? If Giannis asks for a trade, I hope he finds the best place for him as long as it ain't Houston. But, I think a lot of folks are now agreeing with Malcolm Brogdon being a good fit, a good option for the Rockets. And let's end it right there. Y'all do a great job. We went 45 minutes strong. Y'all came with it with the questions and the comments, topics. Excellent job. Salute to all of you. Probably not going to do it Friday because it's the 4th of July. Might do a show on the 5th, maybe. Summer League games will have started on the 5th. I think the Salt Lake City League will start, and the California Classic games will start on the 5th also. So Cougars will be playing on Saturday. So might do a Rocket show on Saturday. So keep it locked here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Durham Monster, thank you very much for this. You are welcome. My pleasure. Subscribe to the channel. Spread the word about this show. Please spread the word about this channel. Click on that button so you can get your Roundball Review mug or a LTHR mug so you can enjoy your favorite beverage with me. Cheers during these shows. Click on that shop button and get you a mug. And DPG, thank you for this. Solo, salute. Thank you for that as well. But yeah, I think we're going to do a show Saturday, probably Saturday. So everyone, keep cool, stay cool. And y'all know it as my man, not too complicated jokes with me as I wrap it up. A reminder, I will be doing a show Thursday, high noon, for the takeover of the lunch break. High noon on Thursday here on the Houston Roundball Review. That show is going to be more sports focused, not just Rocket specific. So if you want to chime in and join the conversation on that one, please do. Wrap it up as I always do. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.
Game over.